Most kids needed physicals before they go back to school. In general, preventative care, it's pretty important.
For us and our computers. And right now, checkups are on special at Schrock Innovations. Not something that happens at the doctor's office, of course.
But the doctor's in the house. Thor Schrock is here to compute
Hi,
this
Thor.
morning.
We even accept your Blue Cross Blue Shield, even if we're Allegiant now. You know,
You're
it
funny.
works out.
Right, no kidding.
But,
no, these preventative maintenance checkups, these are, I mean, we talked about it. People do it,
Yes.
and they're important for computers as well.
Yeah, they really are. A lot of people, you know, we're conditioned when we have large equipment in our house, like the refrigerator. You don't really get preventative maintenance checkups on your refrigerator. You know, some people do the.
Should we?
I don't do it, but there's more computer than refrigerator in a refrigerator now.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a refrigerator strapped to a computer. But you know, when we go through and do all of the different things, and some people do the furnace checkups and the air conditioner checkups in the spring and the fall and everything. Some people don't. But the thing you're trying to do when you do a preventative checkup is you're trying to catch a problem when it's small, so you can remedy it with less expense than if it becomes a great big bad problem.
Give us an example
Good
where
example.
a checkup would have made a big difference for someone.
Gosh, yeah. Okay, so we all know data recovery is expensive. So if your hard drive fails, you know, you're looking at anywhere from $900 to $3,000 to get those family pictures and photos and things back off that hard drive. When you come in for a maintenance checkup, one of the things that we do with your computer is we check the hard drive for internal symptoms of failure. These are symptoms that your computer is not going to tell you. You're not going to see a screen that pops up on your computer monitor that says hard drive failure is imminent, because all the manufacturers turn that off now because they just want to get you through that warranty period. And then after the warranty period,
You're on your own,
and then your hard drive fails. Because most hard drive failures don't just up and happen. They start happening over time. So we have hard drives that come in every day in our service center, especially during a maintenance checkup special, where everything seems to be fine. Everyone, I just want to bring it in for a quick checkup, and you get a call saying, hey, you know, we detected that your hard drive is in the beginning stages of a failure.
Wow.
Now, if we correct this now, it'll cost this much money, but you won't lose any data and everything will be fine. If we let it go, you know, it could go a day. It could die on the bench the next time we turn it on, or it could go a day, it could go a week, it could go a couple years. We just don't know.
And at least you've got the notice at that point to back everything up instead
Yes.
of being caught off guard.
And that's what we try to do with a maintenance checkup, is we try to give our customers options. So you can choose to fix the problem at that point, which is what we would usually recommend. It saves a lot of trouble, because no matter how often you back up, something always, you know, you're always like, oh, I should have got this or that, or I have to reinstall my programs now. It's no good. But you know, if we catch it early enough, things like that, things like memory failures, malware infections. If we catch a malware infection early enough before it opens up a back door and lets all of its friends in, we can stop that and close it off. Or if your Java's out of date, if your Flash is out of date, we can catch that during a maintenance checkup and get those updated for you. And that's just part of the checkup. Now, normally, a checkup's going to run you about $80. And it's because it takes 8 hours to do one. When we do a checkup, it takes a lot of time. But you know, $10 an hour for computer work is pretty
decent,
good.
yeah.
You know, my employees are not, you know, like the fast food workers
Well,
at this point
and
yet. They're not
anybody
out in the street, you know.
Anybody who's
holding
ever paid
signs.
for a lawyer by the hour or a plumber, you kind of get it.
Yeah, exactly.
$10 is a bargain.
Exactly. And we're just like a mechanic. The bolts are just a lot smaller. But basically, when we go through and do the maintenance checkups, the objective is to find anything that's wrong, and the maintenance checkup will correct registry problems. So you see all these commercials for speed up your computer, do all this and that. That's what we do during a maintenance checkup. And the reality is, you don't need to buy one of those programs to do it. You need a maintenance checkup about every 6 months for the average user. This isn't for a power user. This is for an average.
I was going to ask you, because there's a lot of gamblers out there who say, I'm not going to get one. I'm going to push it off another 6 months, another 6 months, and before you know it, they got a problem. So you recommend 6 months for the average
every
user.
6 months. And it's not just our recommendation, but also a number of computer magazine publications like Computer World, things like that, recommend that you do a preventative maintenance checkup every 6 months. And the reason is that these problems, when they happen, you know, it takes about a year a lot of times for like a hard drive problem to really get bad. So if we catch it early, which is 6 months in or so, we can remedy it beforehand. We can get all your updates done. If your updates aren't installing because there's a problem, we're going to see that during a maintenance checkup. And if we can fix it automatically, especially if, you know, when it's on special for $40,
Yeah.
you know, that's a great
huge.
deal.
I think it's like, you know, it's like getting your oil change and they put the little sticker in your windshield that shows you how many miles you have to go or the time frame to come back. You guys should do that on the computers, on the monitor. Just put a little
We thought
oil
about it,
change sticker on there.
I'm the kind of, I don't like stickers on my stuff.
I
would get
either.
really ticked off if I picked
Right.
up my nice, beautiful computer and it
And
had a
somebody-
sticker on it that said, come in for your, and it didn't peel off nicely, you know?
Oh, right. Got that residue
But people can put it in
behind.
their calendar, you know, at 6
Yeah.
months, remind me to go into
What
the
should you said the checkup itself only takes only 8 hours.
Yes.
But what's the wait on it at a time like this where you're offering it at a discount and people are bringing them in at a volume? How long should you be prepared to be without your computer?
That's right. This is where the rub comes in, because when we do this special, we take in around 2,000 computers in the first week. And so on a day like Monday, for example, we had our guys work all weekend long to clear off all the benches and make sure they're as empty as they could be, so that when computers come in, I think Omaha has about 35 open bench spots right now. Papillion has about 10 open bench spots right now. Lincoln's got about 10 open bench spots. Omaha's a bigger shop, so we have more spots there. But when you bring your computer in right now, if you bring it in this morning, we can get it up on the bench immediately and work on it. You'll have it back usually the next day.
Yeah.
If you wait a couple days, I'll bring it in, like Mike said, I'll bring it in on Wednesday or whatever. Then all those people come in ahead of you, and now we're in a queue. The bench spots are full, and there's people in line waiting to get on the bench. So it might take 2 days just to get on the bench. We do also sell maintenance checkup certificates. If you want to buy, if you can't go without your computer for a couple days, you can buy a certificate, and then you can use that anytime in the next 6 months.
So get it while the savings are good,
Exactly.
and then redeem it later. Right now, the preventative maintenance checkups are only $39.99, and the reason we make a big deal out of it is because typically it's twice that much, and we're talking about 8 hours worth of labor here. So you understand, what are you willing to do for $5 an hour, right?
Right, no
I mean,
kidding.
that puts it into perspective.
That's a really
So
good deal.
3 locations, as Thor mentioned, Village Point South, that's the Omaha location, also in Papillion and in Lincoln, and online, the one address for all 3 locations. It's SchrockInnovations.com.
Thanks, Thor.
Thank you, guys.
see ya.
Don't bring in your monitor, just the tower.
Yes, very good question. Just the computer tower, if you have a tower, and if you have a laptop, do bring your power cord. Otherwise, we don't need any cords or anything.
Just a
There
tower.
you have
Just
it.
the tower.
Thank you, Thor.
Thanks, Thor.
Thank you.
Foodie.